You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
For someone who is so damn eager to get on my shoulders, she sure didn't want to stay for long. Welcome, everybody, to this first of a doubleheader for another stupid sports show. We are covering a rivalry game I didn't know about between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Now, you may think that this is a lame game. It's two teams that are near the bottom of their part of Big Ten. There's absolutely no reason to pay attention to this unless you're an alumnus or a fan of either one of these teams. Although Minnesota will become bowl eligible with this win, and Nebraska kind of needs this to become bowl eligible, but more importantly, this is the chair game. There is a chair that gets passed between two schools as the trophy for whoever wins this game every year. So, it just seems so dumb. So historically dumb. And then you find out it was started as a joke by the students, and the school just ran with it, and now they use it for fundraising purposes. That's honestly fantastic. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So we're going to give this son of a bitch a try. Because why not? It's chair. And plus, I wanted to give an extra stream this week to apologize for the bumpiness in the Patreon rollout that I was doing. And anybody who is here who is subscribed to Patreon, I appreciate it. If not, you don't have to. It's just something people ask me to do to, show their support for the stuff I'm doing on the channel, like the bingo games. Which, by the way, there is the card link up top, pinned comment in the comments section. So if you want to play along, I will do my best to call the spaces out as they happen. I can't guarantee I will get all of them, especially with this little monster biting off my head. And there's a great rush by number 10 for Nebraska to start the game. He's already across the 50 and will be knocked out inside the 40. 35 yards of running. Damn. All right, that was a good start, I think. Let's see. So, if you do want to play, just click on the link. It should take you to your own personal card. Let me know what number you got in chat so I can keep track of everybody. And we will do our best to play along. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a couple last-minute entries within. I'm going to try to still fold them into the game somehow. But, yeah. We're not trying to take this one too seriously. We're just having fun. And at some point, they got to second down while I was listening. So we're down to 2nd and 6. They are down at the... Oh, they've made it to the 35 now. A delayed handoff, which... Well, we'll get a yard because he didn't quite fool everybody with that delayed handoff. Kung Fu, welcome. Glad to have you here. Nope, you didn't miss, Cat. Cat is currently sitting on my keyboard table, alternately rubbing against my hand and trying to bite my hand off. Well, their great third down defense isn't going to work. Another run by number 10, Grant, who gets down to the 22 and will move the chains for Nebraska. And this will be a pass out toward the near sideline for number 3, who will cust around the screen in the block and get chased out right after he gets to the... Oh, he's going to be yards short of the first down. Palmer get a great catch and run for 9. Stepped out just a little early. But hopefully that will not prove a problem. They have had no problem moving against Minnesota's defense so far. And also, I know there's a couple things related to point line and spread. Grant will get the first down on that carry. He's down to the 11-yard line. I didn't have time to look up the point lines and the spreads for these games because I woke up kind of late. I was only woken up by the little princess down here getting up on the bed and barfing near my head again. There is no quicker alarm clock that I have discovered than a cat barfing near your head. Out of shotgun on 1st and 10. This will be another handoff to Grant, who will get 6 up the middle, and he is doing a great job softening up the Minnesota defense at the start of this game. I know the clock's a little late on this, but I'm just, try not to think about it too much and kind of keep up. And I hope you all are having a great morning, whatever that involves so far. I so far have not been able to have any coffee, so we're waiting on that. 2nd and 4 now. They're down to the Minnesota 5. Once again, he gets it, but he will be very short. He might be short. Yep, he's short of the first down. It's going to be a 3rd and 1, and they're going to have a first at the 1. So the Minnesota defense has got to make a major hold right here if they don't want to start in a hole. And since we are in Cornhuskers territory, the stadium is getting loud. And he keeps it, fakes the handoff. And it's a running touchdown for Nebraska to start this game. Wow. Would not have expected it. Very cool. Well, yeah, John, we're doing an early stream. Just to make up for the delays in the Patreon, the bingo cards are up in the link. I'm going to have bingo for both games today. So, you want to play, just pick a card, let me know your number, so I can keep the list going. And apparently, this game is going to be with Angie just sitting here like the little gargoyle of doom she is. Sean, welcome. Glad you were able to make it to the stream this morning. We're on commercial break right now. But we can distract from that with Cat. Oh. Yeah, I think some part of that major system has been passing through the Midwest this week. We're on the edge of it. All we've been getting are like thunderstorms and heavy rain and wind. But I do know further down south, one of the mods was chasing tornadoes. Maybe not in the most safe fashion, but he got a lot closer than he meant to. We got some pictures. I think it was only an F1 that he saw, but yeah, dangerous. Nope, I don't think we've had any of the spaces called out yet. Then again, I have been scrambling trying to get this all ready and dealing with this cat trying to inflict damage on me. So this will probably be a little bit more haphazard and stupid than it usually is. So John got card number 10 this time. And good morning, Geezer, and Kung Fu as well. Welcome. Hope you two are doing well. And it wasn't so much accidental storm chasing. They were storm chasing. They just thought the storm was going to turn one way, and they ended up going pretty much along the same path at a certain point. So yeah, a little bit dangerous. And Kung Fu has card number 4. Thank you. And just to make things easier on my brain, I'm going to get up here. Now we have a lot of entries for all sorts of things. We got everything from mentions of a red shirt, alumni are back to visit, player trucks the mascot, sad fan in the stands, shirtless fan in the stands. We also have we've increased the number of lead changes to 3.5. We do have the deep hurting space. So that's when any fandom that we either see or experience. I understand, Geezer. Yeah, I hope, considering I'm doing 2 streams back to back, I'm hoping today will at least be manageable. And we have a lot of team-specific stats in here as well. A lot of which will not be able to be checked on until the end of the game. And probably during the next break or so, as soon as I can deal with the diva here, I'll be checking on the point lines and spreads. Meanwhile, Minnesota is going to take that kick return to near the 20-yard line. Damn. There's an F3 in Oklahoma. Shoot. And out comes Tanner Morgan. I've been seeing him a lot this year. And is the winningest quarterback in school history, that 6-year senior. Ibrahim is in the backfield. And quickly they go to him, but the Nebraska defense pounces just as quickly. He'll maybe get 4 on that first down run. All right. It'll be 2nd and 7. Nebraska out of the shotgun. This will be another running play, and it'll be swallowed up near the line. Only a yard gained on that one. Oh, and Ibrahim's dealing with an ankle issue. His foot looks like is getting club shaped there. All right, so if I'm reading this line correctly, Nebraska is actually favored to win this game by 4. There will be a flag in the backfield as Tanner is brought down for a sack by Nebraska, and I have a feeling that's going to be a holding call that they will decline based on where the flag was thrown. And I was right. Just to confirm, when in a line when a team has a -4 next to their name, the minus means that they are favored to win by that many points. I think. Yeah, upset space, that is for this game specifically, John. So that for this game would be Minnesota taking it, since apparently CBS thinks that Minnesota is going to lose this game. I'm also going to go, although I have the CBS, I'm going to be looking up the DraftKings line and points as well. And Minnesota, Nebraska, football. All right, there we are. Okay. All right. So, we have an interesting situation, folks. As much as for CBS, the spread is Nebraska -4, but over on DraftKings, it's Minnesota -6.5. Well, what an interesting little conflict. And of course, Foster is here for this Saturday morning. I can't imagine what brings you over this way, Foster. You just having a warm up for the big game that is coming. Yeah. Well, I kind of need to make a decision, I think. And I wasn't expecting two different sites to pick two different teams. Oh, Foster's just trying not to panic. And by the way, Foster, thank you for getting in those entries. I didn't see them until this morning after I'd gone to sleep early and try to, make sure I'd actually be awake and ready for 6 hours of streaming. But I will try to include those spaces in the games in some way. And meanwhile, Geezer will be checking out Missouri versus Kentucky. He wants to see the Kentucky downfall. I will await all of the updates on that end. John is rooting for them as well. And by the way, Minnesota had to punt the ball away. Oh, there we go. And of course, and Sean lets me know it's 3-0 Florida over A&M. And it's in and out of the receiver's hands. The coverage was mistimed with the defending, and he had a chance, and it just boop out of his hands. I don't know, Kung Fu. I don't know why. Nobody really pays attention to Army until they have that yearly Navy game. Kentucky is up 7-0, but usually lets us know that their offense is a house of lies. And that's going to be run by Nebraska to get up to midfield. Will be 3rd and 4. And A&M got a long run inside the 5, and Cody Strader's shoulder is bleeding. Ooh. Honestly, I don't think that's too bad a sign, because there's very few holes that near the shoulder that could bleed immediately. So maybe it just came from his face, but if it's not from his face, no. Yeah, that could be a problem. All right, Purdy is out of the shotgun on 3rd and 4, looking for something quick over the middle, has to escape the pocket, and will run for the first down, slide inside the 40, probably get down to 37. Well, Purdy just got a run of 13 for Nebraska, so if you have 10-plus yard QB run on your card, mark that off. And a well-defended pass this time. I think it was number 23 for Minnesota who was able to smack the ball away. Oh, below his elbow. Okay. Yeah, might have been just like turf burn or something. I know we've got a couple of 3-and-out spaces as well. Just make sure that I have those ready. And a great pass to Palmer, who dodges the first tackle, will be shoved out of bounds after a gain of 3. Foster has card 15. Thank you for the update, Foster. And Foster has 15. Hooray. And pass interference by Kentucky uncalled. Ugh. Purdy scrambles right. He'll be chased and he will run again for another first down, slide at the 20. Purdy is getting it done for Nebraska, taking the team on his back for this first quarter of action. Missouri attempts a 49-yard field goal, not even close. Is there anything that I have missed yet so far? Nope. Meanwhile, Grant bulldozes up the middle for another first down. Damn. I'll be honest. Yeah. That's a thing that can happen with these cards, and it'll probably happen until I start getting many more entries in there that I can easily change, is that sometimes you'll get unlucky and 2 spots will just screw you from getting certain angles. Oh, nope, I didn't include the 3-and-out ones in this one. See, this is how much of a shit show it is right now, is that I'm not even able to keep entries consistent. Before I forget, quick shout out. Thank you to one of our sponsors for this episode of Another Stupid Sports Show, Legal Coffee. The only coffee that is 99.5% guaranteed to not contain methamphetamines or copium, but it may contain fentanyl. Yes, you did hear Angie. He has to look, and it was nearly intercepted in the end zone. So now it's 4th and goal. Don't worry, I will pick her up. We will see Kat at the break. Just trying to make sure that I do not miss anything important as far as calling this bingo. So far, we've got our 10-yard QB run, and that's really the only one we had so far. That's going to be a drilled field goal. And wow. We're down to 4:18 in the game, and apparently Minnesota has lost 32 straight when they are trailing by 10 or more. So Northwestern forced Ohio State to punt, and UVA is leading UNC. We could have some fun after all. I mean, it would be hilarious if Northwestern ruined things for Ohio State. I'm not sure it'll happen, but, you know, one can dream. One can dream. All right. I know, you don't want to turn your face toward the camera. No, you're just gonna make this your perch until my arm gives out. I appreciate the thought, Angie. Sean, I welcome that chaos. A 1-17 beating the 8-0 juggernaut, especially beating Ohio State. Until you fans stop insisting on the, I will continue to admit it. And Kentucky is leading 7-3. Dang. Also, while I have a brain and a moment, I should pull up as many of the scores as I possibly can get. All right. Yeah, Virginia's still beating UNC. Tulane is beating Tulsa 7-3 right now, so that's also a thing that's happening. TCU dominating Texas Tech 7-0 in the first quarter. Oh boy. All right, only 4 more days until I don't have to watch any more political ads. And Northwestern has made it to midfield in 3 plays. Yeah. They only made the kick to the 40-yard line. Ooh. That's rough. That is rough. And nope, we haven't had anything else so far. The only thing we've got is the 10 plus yards QB run. Oh, and look at that. They're so bored that they're showing highlights from Texas Tech TCU, which apparently involve a kickoff return for a touchdown. It's appreciated, folks. Yeah, in-season Hard Knocks with everybody's favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals, is about to get started. Quentin Reddy will get about 5 on that first run, and Northwestern has made it to inside the Ohio State 30. Oh, you're... see. Did I switch that one? Please say I switched that one. But I didn't. Oh well. Tanner fixed the handoff, and he is going to launch it downfield. And Brown-Stevens ends up having to play defense on his own pass so it would not get picked off. Oh, apparently one of their receivers is injured as well, so that's a problem. And so we wait. 2nd down and 10 now. Still on their own 26, taking their time. Just get the snap off, fake the handoff again, and number 9 uses his own buddy as a screen to get the 1st down, curving around. That will be the 1st down for Northwestern. And Northwestern has gotten a touchdown. 16-yard run. Dang. All right. So even if this game turns out to be a horror show, we still have some other things that we could keep track of to keep the excitement going. All right, Tanner out of the shotgun again. They're teasing a safety blitz. Ibrahim gets the handoff this time and is able to patiently work his way through the crowd for a gain of 3. Yeah, I thought so. Angie. You don't care what's going on. Under 3 minutes officially. It's 2nd and 7. Minnesota finally moving the ball on this drive. They're up to their own 40. Another faked handoff, and it'll be a pass over the middle to number 22. That's Brown-Stevens, who does get the 1st down, will be down near the 48. Oh, yeah, beating Rutgers will definitely snap you out of a 3-game losing streak, yeah. Doing anything against Rutgers will snap you out of a losing streak. Just driving by Rutgers will get your team out of a losing streak, apparently. All right, 1st and 10 once again. High snap, and Tanner is able to escape, take the ball back, and turn what should have been a disastrous blow-up of a play into a gain of a yard on the ground. Boop. Boop. Hey, you came up into my lap. You decided on this, so that means you get boop. That's not hinting that I want anybody to donate $50. I'm just booping her to annoy her. Another fake of a handoff, and Brown-Stevens holds on. Nebraska are trying to insist that it's an interception, but it will be counted as a reception. Yay, Missouri. They doing anything good over in that game, geezer? 3rd down and 2 now. Is the farthest that Minnesota has gone. They have officially crossed over into Nebraska territory. They're at the 44. 2 receivers set, one in motion back to the far side, and Ibrahim will get the 1st down running up the middle. Gain of 3. They missed a 43-yard field goal wide left. Dang. And meanwhile, Florida got a touchdown. Of course you're keeping track of that, Sean. You're one of them Gator people. Yeah, okay. My arm is running out, Angie. There's only so much cuteness that I can keep up without hitting the gym a lot more. All right, for the last play of the 1st quarter, they tried to fake a Double fake a handoff, and that goes nowhere. Read perfectly by Nebraska. It'll be a loss of 5 credit Hausman for bringing that play down. And meanwhile, we have reached the end of the first quarter. And it is still Nebraska 10, Minnesota nothing. Of course, that's the one that... This is what everybody thought that this game would be. 3-5 Nebraska, and the Minnesota football program, which has experienced a bit of a resurgence in the past few years, as I've noticed, being shut out in the first quarter and now having to play from behind. Let me see if there's anything else that I can keep y'all up to date on. Surprisingly, we haven't had the free space yet. Usually laundry is a given in these games, but the only one we've had so far was declined. So, yeah, technically there's been no laundry on the play. Ooh. And so far, I am not hopeful for my chances on this bingo board. I have to have a lot of incredible things happen. And with how, let's just say, organized this game is in a football sense, I don't think they're going to happen. Meanwhile, they're showing me Nebraska election ads. Of friggin' course they are. True North, this is just early extra thing for a doubleheader. You know, as an apology for the snafus with the Patreon coming out late and all that, and me trying to figure things out, so I thought I'd give you an extra. Yeah, just click the link. Let me know what number you get. If you get the same number as somebody else, I'll put a link in the chat that will take you to your own one. Yeah, this game has been pretty slow so far as bingo action is concerned, and Sean has card 21. Would probably help if I was typing with the right keyboard. Yeah. No, it's just been everybody is trying to destroy us, and the funny thing is one of the ads is attacking a candidate with the fact that they are a Chicago transplant. That's the thing. I'm a Chicago transplant to this area. So that's not really making a case for making me want to vote for them. Yes, quack. Oh, other update, True North. I checked on the Patreon, and as it turns out, my account is not yet eligible for annual subscriptions. I checked, and apparently they only turned that on as an option for accounts after you've been established there for a while and it becomes something that your account is eligible for. So I understand if that keeps you from subscribing, because you mentioned you don't like to check back on things month to month, but I will keep checking on it. I'll let you know if it changes anytime soon. I will tell you. Oh, the Blue Jackets are playing the Devils. Cool. Yeah, I hope hope you don't get deafened by the cannon. Alright, second quarter has started now, and once again, the Nebraska run defense is playing with some intensity. That is a loss of a yard on that one, so it'll be third down. 3rd and 13 now. And they're doing that whole circle game thing, whatever that means. Apparently, we're all supposed to either buy each other Cokes or punch each other if we have to look at that. Out of the shotgun. Play clock winding down. Tanner gets the snap. Late rush is picked up, and it is dropped over the middle by number 88 in his hands, and he just could not control it. And Missouri and Kentucky are fighting. Oof. Dang. Yeah, Nebraska, from what I can see, I think they're just trying to salvage something out of the season after they fired Scott Frost. That doesn't count as his name. I'm sorry, Foster. But, like I said, Foster, we'll try to get your entries folded in to this somehow. Be a fair catch at a 13 for Nebraska in the meantime. And they will take over. And just to remind you what's at stake for this game, not only is it both teams trying to get bowl eligibility. Minnesota only needs 1 win. Nebraska needs to win 3 out of their next 4. But also, this is the chair game. And whoever wins gets the chair. Now, I was wondering if it was some weird thing like back in the day, chairs were banned in both states because of religious reasons or something. But no, it was just a joke started by the student section at one college, and they all ran with it, and so did the schools, and now it's just a thing. And you know what? I kind of dig that. Because for all the rivalries that we lose when different teams are moving to different conferences all the time, especially these days, I think it's cool that the schools are finding ways to, make the games fun. Even if they don't have, long-reaching historical significance. It's kind of the same thing we're doing with these bingo cards, is trying to make, games that could may very well suck, turn out decent. And I appreciate you all for tuning me into that. It's been a very nice update. Players on Kentucky were fighting each other, and Missouri was fighting their coaches and Kentucky. I know. Imagine a joke running rampant through a community. Couldn't be us. No, that doesn't sound like the internet in any way. Oh. Minnesota are the Golden Gophers. I know. If the game is boring, then we should just sit there and like it anyway. But honestly, there's only so much joy I can get over someone else's misery before it just starts feeling gross. And besides, there's already enough sports channels on here that focus on taking joy in other fans' misery. I like to think that in addition to being the least knowledgeable out there, that I try to make this at least enjoyable, or for you guys to keep me up to date on all of the nonsense going through. OSU stopped on 4th down. Damn! Whoa! The chaos. It is coming. And once again, Grant gets a great edge and will pick up 6 on that run. Nebraska is just... I didn't expect this out of Nebraska. It's the hat. Yeah. Well, if it is the hat working, then it didn't do shit for us last week with Michigan State. Yeah. Well, the thing that Tom does well is that he is such a Packers fan that he can specialize and talk in depth about the teams. I'm picking up shit as I go along. Oh, God. I didn't understand that. Honestly, I thought that was a Photoshop. Because usually those kind of... If that was a high school game, usually those have mercy rules built into them, depending on the margin of points that have been amassed throughout the game. And depending on how big it is at certain points, like the game will just get cut off. I mean, I do remember, because our high school football team was abominable, that frequently we would get mercy ruled at halftime. And a great job slipping the tackle by number 3 and picking up another first down. And a big QB run for a first down to end the first quarter. I'm guessing that's Northwestern Ohio State that you're referencing, Foster. But yeah, anybody else who's got big sports updates? We do have and Purdy finally gets sacked. It'll be 2nd and long now. Touchdown Florida informs us. It's 17-14 and still in the first quarter. Yeah, I think we could probably get some... we could probably get some soccer in there at some point. It'll be a little bit easier once my schedule frees up. Grant only manages one cut, and then he is quickly smothered. We'll maybe get credit for a half a yard. Oh yeah, get stuff to fill the belly. We've got another 5 hours of football to get through today. You folks, do what you gotta do. And if you did happen to stumble upon this stream by accident, I don't know, because I closed the window that tells me how many people are watching. This is another stupid sports show. We're hanging out checking out Minnesota versus Nebraska at my end. Everybody watching things in their own markets and trying to keep each other up to date. Purdy gets flushed out by the pocket pressure and has to dump it away. That'll be 4th and 12. And clock will stop with 10:54. With that, they will have to punt. Oh yeah, it's a Premier League time. Let me just make a note real quick. Okay. And 52-yard kick and great coverage by the Nebraska special teams. And if you do want to play along with the bingo game we've got going, which is going to be focused on this game, but if we get bored or the game sucks, we might bring other games into it, just so that we can have somebody get a proper bingo. It's more fun that way. Just click the link that's pinned up at the top of the chat. Let me know your card number, and I will put you on the list as officially playing. It also so that if you do get bingo, I can go through the cards here and I can verify that we're talking about the same spaces, and to make sure that they're ones that have been called. Yeah, we're also going to have to... I'm also going to be interested to see what the what the broadcast scheduling is going to be like, seeing as it's on the other side of the world, essentially, from us. Feels like it's going to be another Sydney Olympics situation where like half the stuff is going to be recorded and they're just going to rely on the good graces of people to not spoil things. That's a laugh. No, so far the only thing we've really gotten is a 10-plus yard QB run. So that's the only spot that I have seen. Thank you for letting me know. Boop. There's the update to quarter 2. Thank you, John. So we do have other spots. As you may see, there are some interesting things like possibly he's not supposed to say that on TV, which is profanity getting through. Yeah, we've had no laundry yet. That's usually a given. We have breaking news overshadows the action. Oh boy. And of course, all the exciting stuff: strip sack, one-handed grab, safety, choke, scoop and score, blocked field goal, blocked extra point. The defense did something, which honestly, I think we could check off, because there have been some solid stops by both defenses in this game. So if you have the defense did something on your card, check that off. And the first USA game will be 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, that's right. They're doing all the games at night, aren't they? Because of the temperature. Oh, yeah. That is going to play hell with some biological clocks. I think it's bad that my brain is already starting to think of bingo spaces for that. Notes have been made, folks. Notes have been made. And Minnesota's running game is getting smushed. Number 32 for Nebraska causes a loss of 3. That is credit to Mathis. Second down now. Let's see. Oh, man. They are not doing well. They fumbled the ball, but it was recovered by themselves. Every day, the last game is 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh. Well, under 10 minutes to go, and it's now 3rd and 16 for Minnesota. Definitely not used to seeing it now. The other quarterback, Morgan, is now in for Minnesota. And he gets pressured. It will be brought down inside the 10. Second sack of the game. Oh. Games start at 5 a.m. Eastern, 4 games per day. Yeah, I find it kind of hilarious. I find it kind of hilarious that Alabama is the 6th seed. There is a flag down as they try to get that punt off. Before the ball snapped. Timeout, Minnesota. That is their first timeout of this half. And we take a timeout as Minnesota does. They will have to punt from their own end zone with 8:25 to go in the half. Yeah, just a timeout. Sorry, folks. And also, this game is going quickly. Very quickly. I'm sure it will slow down to a snail's pace so that when I'm trying to switch over to Tennessee, Georgia later, I'll be just frantic and absolutely bonkers. But 5 a.m. East. Yeah. Oh, God, that's going to be 4 a.m. Central. Sorry. Just thinking more. Pay no mind. Okay. Okay, now the ideas are going. Just so you know, even though I may not read or mention all your chats, I am looking and I'm doing my best to keep up with. I'm getting a little better at it, but don't worry, you are not going unheard or unread in this chat. Yeah, soccer at 4 a.m. And now Ohio State is punting again. Oh, this is fun. This is so fun. While I'm thinking about it, I could be an advanced adult type person and I wanted to put my halftime music on early, but instead they wanted to give me nostalgia for a show that I never had. In case you're wondering, that show is Scrubs. Hey, we got a sex bot! This is officially a real stream, folks. And you know what? I know Greenwich is like 5 or 6 hours ahead of Central Time, and that's like the time zone right in England. And I know Qatar is at least a few more forward. So it's, I'd say, at least 9 hours. I don't know. Maybe we're gaining respectability in the eyes of the algorithm. Blessed be its name and all of its decisions. John, for future boards, they will. They get the punt off this time. Fair catch called for. They are going to start in Minnesota territory. Fair catch at the 48. Ooh. And there's all the updates. Virginia still leading North Carolina 7-3. Ohio State losing to Northwestern 7-0. 12 minutes to go in the game. Florida State still on top of Texas A&M with 13:20 to go in till the half. And Tulane on top of Tulsa 10-3. 10:05 to go in the second there. Oh, I'm feeling good about today. I was worried for a minute that it would be a slog, but this has been going great. And looks like we got laundry on the play, folks. Far start offense. So get that laundry space marked. We just had our first real penalty of a game as a false start on the Nebraska offensive line. So hilarious. All right. And if y'all have any questions about what different spaces mean or any clarification is needed, please let me know. It can only help to improve the board. And sometimes the spaces are up for discussion. They can be a little bit interpretive, but those are often the most fun, and people usually come to an agreement pretty quickly, so there's no dickheadedness. 9 hours ahead of Eastern time. Okay, so 10 hours ahead of Central. The blitz is picked up, and Purdy has to dance around, and finally has to slide down and accept the sack. They're back inside their part of the field within the 45-yard line. Texas A&M has tied things up with a field goal. They are now locked with Florida at 17 apiece before halftime. Wait, his first name is Chubba? Chubba Purdy. Brother of Brock Purdy, Chubba. And that screen works pretty well. It gets them back to their original line of scrimmage, but they still got a long fourth down. And there's an injury on the field. There is an injured Gopher. The players immediately started waving. Number 92 for Minnesota is down. Looks like he's cradling his arm. That's never good. Clock will stop at 6:48 while we wait for this to get straightened out. Yeah, I think the announcers keep saying it because it's the only bit of joy that they've had in this game so far. Oh boy. Anyway. And Northwestern has gotten a long run to midfield. I tell you, I'm afraid to switch over to that game because I'm fine with knowing that it's going well for Northwestern, but I don't want to see it. Yeah, you got a lot of stats on card 10. Well, just so that we can make this a little easier, maybe get a little bit predictive, I'm going to pull up the live stats as we go. Oof. All right, so far, Nebraska, according to the Google game stats I've pulled up, they just got over 100 rushing yards. They still only have a 41 passing yards. And Minnesota, ugh. This is ugly. So right now, we are definitely on the under for all of the passing and rushing categories for these two teams. And if this game stays particularly ugly, we may not get there. I was mostly looking at, for those stats, I was looking at how much the team has done over the season so far and how many games they played, and just doing a quick average out in my head. Is that what this is for? Is that supposed to be something to do with rowing the boat? Like, are those supposed to be like the little locks where you put the paddles in? You know what? I am just not going to think about too much because I'm sure it will make my head hurt. No, there has not been an interception. All right, True North. I'll see you when you get back. Hopefully, there'll be something interesting to show for it. Yeah, they might get to over 150 yards rushing. That is very, very possible. What happens if I thought about this? If they get exactly 150, then you get both spaces. They will punt it away, and they try to fake him out, but Nebraska followed. They kick all the way to the end zone. That was not fooling anybody, that little mark of chicanery. Foster actually got card 15 as well, Luke. So let me just go into the game manager, get you another card. And just hold on for a minute. Your call is very important to us, and I hope that you are doing well this morning, Luke. You got some sleep, you got some brekkie into your system, and you are ready for the chair game, because whoever wins this game, and it looks like Nebraska is going to, at the moment, take home the chair. So let me just double check. Does anyone have that one? Nope, nobody does, or if they do, they haven't told me. Oh, Minnesota actually got a decent run on that one. It'll be 2nd and 6. I am going to give you Luke Birch as soon as the chat loads, because this thing is a little bit derpy. Oh, that's right, the daylight savings time. Is that what this weekend is? Oh, I forgot. There you are, Luke. You are card number 23. Yeah, spring forward, fall back. I just didn't know what day that was supposed to be happening. I honestly kind of forgot. Playing out of the shotgun again. Another run up the middle by Ibrahim. We'll get the first down this time. We're down to 5:11 to go in the half now, so they are going to have to get something on this drive if they want to get any kind of momentum going into the second half. So what has been checked off for 23? I will see. So far, 23 has actually gotten a 10-plus yard QB run, and is nearly picked off after it falls out of the receiver's hands again. But there is a flag on the play. We wait on the flag. Ineligible receiver downfield on Minnesota. Dang. So yeah, so far we've had a 10-yard QB run. We've also had the defense did something. We haven't really had a wide open receiver drop. There's been a lot of tight contested coverage so far. Oh, yeah, and anytime y'all hear the announcers just giving Nick Saban a tongue bath, you can check off Nick Saban is the goatsy as one of the spaces that we have. Snap out of the shotgun, second down. And a dart across the field. That'll be Brown Stevens' gain, taken out of bounds after a gain of 7. 3 yards to go now on this second down. Deedle-dee, doodle-doo. Yeah, this has been kind of a slow game as far as, like, exciting things. Meanwhile, Northwestern is punting. Yeah, it's, like I said, we haven't called many spaces at all. Bryce Williams on the handoff this time, and he will get 2. Minnesota trying to claim that they got it, but he only fell forward after the whistle. Yeah, this is unfortunate. They took a long time to get the free space, but like I said, the bright side, we are done. We're going to be done with the first half of this game after only an hour and maybe 15 minutes, the way it's going. So, a bright side, we can be done with this quicker. Meanwhile, Ohio State is facing another 4th down. Ibrahim gets stuffed behind the line. Loss of... Nope. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Nope. Kung Fu, you have not missed much. Nebraska is just being stingy as hell with this normally powerful Minnesota running game. Oh, here comes their punting squad. All right. We have Sad Fan in the stands. I just spotted it. There are Minnesota fans there. So if you have Sad Fan in the stands on your card, please check that off. And now we're going to have another timeout by Minnesota. The crowd rains down boos. We can hope, John. We can hope. Oh, I'm sure the third quarter will be an eternity. That's how second halves of college football games like to go. Let me see. Did I miss anything there? No. Possibly. And also currently we're at the under for number of lead changes because Nebraska took the lead. That's 1. And we haven't looked back since. And that is a line drive of a kick, but it will be a fair catch at the 20-yard line. Damn, this is the 388th consecutive sellout for Nebraska in their student section. Damn. Yep, this is the chair game, and right now Nebraska looks like they're going to have a place to sit for the next year. Minnesota will just have to sit cross-legged on the floor. Loss of a yard on that run. Finally, Minnesota getting some work done. And Minnesota's going to get the ball to begin the third quarter. So... And we haven't had a proper passing touchdown in this game either, in case you're wondering. So we're waiting on a lot of things to happen. And there's Grant again, who will get wrapped up after 4, and he is frustrated that he wasn't able to break free the first level there. Getting down to 120 now, left in the half. 3rd and 7 now for Nebraska. I'm sure they don't want to hand it back. And meanwhile, Minnesota was that their last timeout? Nope, it was Nebraska's first timeout. Clock will stop at 1:07 while they ruminate on what to do. Kaylee helped design the chair. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she carved it herself out of the remaining pieces of wood in the true cross. No team in the Kentucky-Missouri game has 100 total yards. Yikes. And meanwhile, Florida has gotten a field goal and taken the lead once again from Texas A&M, 20-17. Sean, thank you for keeping me up to date on that one. 3rd and 7 for Nebraska. Purdy has the time. And a dangerous throw into traffic. 2 players collide, but thankfully it doesn't look like they did it at very high speed, so there won't be. Shouldn't be. And there's a player down anyways. Sori Marin for Minnesota is currently on the field. Not sure what they're looking at here. He is sitting up, but sitting nevertheless on the ground. Do I have one of those in this card? No, I do not. So let's check. Let's check the list to see, because we might have a 3 and out. I didn't put any of the 3 and outs on here, did I? No, I did not. Oh, that's a shame. I'll have to remember to. Oh yeah, I remember why I didn't put them on here, because I thought defense isn't a thing in college football games. That should be that will be an impossible one to get. And then I run into Nebraska, Minnesota. And it proves me wrong. No score updates from Geezer, who is keeping track of Kentucky, Missouri for us. And thank you for that, Geezer. While I have that, actually, I do have that down in there, John. I've put it as unnecessary timeout, offense confused. Fair catch at the 25-yard line. Great punt by Minnesota. So for 52 seconds for Minnesota to do something. Yeah, Allstate isn't going to really be donating much from this game, I think, just for one. Oh, Foster, if you've never experienced Chicago, especially the winter wind, oh yeah, that wind can get brutal, especially if you're on the lakefront. It really whips around there. I didn't think I saw any shirtless fans in the stands. I will keep my eyes open again. 1st and 10, they have a 4-receiver set, 3 to the left. Hello, Ron. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Threw up behind Jackson, so he has to stop to get it and will fall down for a gain of 3. Minnesota still only has 1 timeout left. Now they're trying to play hurry up. 2nd and 7. And that pressure is going to lead to a hard sack from number 99. It's going to bring him back inside either the 25 or the 20. That might effectively kill the drive for the rest of the... Yeah, they're going to let the clock run out. Oh, yeah. No, it's pretty much all of Chicago is on the lakefront. It's built right around it, or as some people call it, the third ocean of America. Because when you stand on the shore of Lake Michigan in Chicago, it generally does feel like it goes on forever, which is really cool to look at when you're just biking along on a very nice day. But in the winter, ooh, it's brutal. And what do you know? We have made it to halftime. It is the first time since 2019 that Nebraska has held an opponent scoreless in the first half. Oh, Foster. I will have some Chicago snowstorm stories for you after this little pause for the cause, because it is halftime and I need to make sure I keep myself stretched out and all that. Plus, I gotta feed the cats. Yeah. In this broadcast of another stupid sports show for the Minnesota-Nebraska Share Game, we'll be back in just a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. And I am officially back. I just need to assure all of you, the cats have been fed. We're okay. Still 10-0 Minnesota, but meanwhile, Geezer informs me that the Badgers are up 17-0, so on Wisconsin. At least Luke is saying so. And I assume not too much has happened in the other games. Last I saw, Northwestern was punting, so the defensive struggle continues over there. Once again, it will be hilarious. Hilarious if Northwestern screws up Ohio State's chances. They will dine on that for the rest of the year. They really will. So, the only thing that I don't like about Chicago winters, honestly, is a little thing that gets done by a lot of the older and long-time residents, which is completely illegal, and it is the dibs system. Oh, Ohio State touchdown. Frickin' fantastic. So what it essentially boils down to is that in certain neighborhoods, and more than you would think, people like to call dibs on the street parking spaces that they have dug out, because the whole street doesn't get cleared when there's plowing. People will have to dig out their own cars and usually try to do it before the plow comes through so they don't get completely buried. And that's a lot of work. I've had to not only dig out my car from being buried by the plow, from being buried underneath mounds of snow, and when it gets cold and it ices over, oh, that's hell. But you're not allowed to call dibs on a space, whether you dug it out or not, but people do it anyway, and so you will see folding chairs, little bedside table dressers, old strollers, non-working humidifiers, all sorts of things people will put out onto the street to, claim their space. And hello, Bruce. Glad to see you could make it today. And what I always really wanted to do was take a couple of those dibs pieces and just not steal them, not destroy them, but just slowly remove screws and attachments from them, just so that they would fall apart. And if they did catch me in action and get on my case for breaking their stuff, I said, yeah, call the cops, tell them what it was out here for. And I have heard stories of people who will move a dibs stroller and then they get their car scratched up with a key or their tires slashed and all sorts of horrible things. People are really bitchy about their parking. But no, my last winter in Chicago, which happened to be another brutal one, as it happened, a couple of my neighbors actually were using milk crates to mark their parking spaces. And I'll tell you, folks, I have never gotten so many free milk crates in my life. I look at it as a nice last gift from Chicago to me on the eve of my leaving. Yes, and Bruce, the phrase that we're sticking with for right now is bribe alderman for pie. Yeah, actually one of those is where my little coffee setup is over here. Holding all my instants and cups and spoons and the kettle and all that. Yeah, we're really setting up something cool in here. Yeah, there are all sorts of sayings that I was trying, but bribe alderman for pie stuck with people first, and I'm going to go through the list eventually, but that one seemed to be a winner. I don't know why. And just in case anybody is here for the first time, we're hanging out with our various college games. I'm keeping track of Minnesota and Nebraska. We've got people watching Kentucky, Missouri, and Florida A&M, and we're also keeping our eye on Ohio State and Northwestern. We're playing bingo. So essentially, if you go, you will get a bingo card, and you'll mark things off as they happen. A couple things I already have. Ron, I'm flattered, but that just doesn't do anything for me. Sorry. Western Kentucky up 34-0. Oh, man. And just to remind, and for future programming notes, I am going to be doing Packers-Lions tomorrow at noon. I expect that one to hurt. Ron, I'll talk to you off air about that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw the new Bishop Sycamore. But yeah, my point is, we're just trying to have some fun here. And, when the games are a little bit stodgy, like this Minnesota-Nebraska one kind of has been in the first quarter, I've only got 4 spaces checked off, and not a lot of things that could possibly go wrong have gone wrong. Now we can see how much they care about this game because they're not discussing it anymore. Now it's all about Alabama LSU, which is the night game, for those of you who are keeping track. And some of you may have seen this, some of you may have not, but I made a bet with Tom Grossi during the Q&A stream last night. And I'm pretty sure he accepted it. That if the Packers beat the Lions, I have to rock a Packers hat for every stream I do this week. Yes. But if the Lions win, then he has to replace one of the Packers skulls on his desk with the Lions skull. So I'm really hoping that one comes through because it would be awesome. And he has to keep that lion skull in every video he does for the next week. And the wind is so bad in the Chicagoland area that it had to sideline the sky cam. Crap. Oh, Foster Harold has a brother. Actually, he has 3 brothers. He has Berold, which is that skull in the Bears colors. He has Larold, which is the Lions one, and there's a Vikings one whose name is just Skull. But they don't end up on camera very often. The last time I think Larold made it on was during the first win of the Lions season last year. That stream, Lions and Vikings. Who knows? We might get, it would be amazing if we got a Lamy appearance. Just him walking off camera. He switches into Lamy with the hair, and then comes back and switches out Harold Jr. for Larold and walks away. Now I really want this to happen. I'll be okay if it doesn't. You know, I still kind of think the Lions are going to lose tomorrow. I bet with Tom, and Luke bet with cheese. Ooh. Yeah. Yes, we need the chaos. We do need the chaos. Hey, if Calvin makes it on, I'd be even happier, John. And while I'm thinking about it, also, still taking requests for this week's edition of Another Stupid Streaming Show. You may have seen on the request thread on Twitter that Ishii threw in like 10 different ones. And, yeah. That's just the way that she does it, because she doesn't find the request thread in time and then has a whole bunch of requests saved. So she just threw them all in there. But I'm still taking more. I did see your request, Luke. That will be going in. I think I've seen just about everybody so far that is currently on the thread, but I'm more than willing to take more. I've realized that I finally got my current pool playlist of songs that I have just from stuff that I collect from watching all over the internet. It got below 150 for the first time in like 3 months. So yeah, I'm slowly getting through the pool, and it's been able to stay that way for so long because of all the requests you guys are putting in. No matter when, no matter how many you do, it's just keeping more options open for me on the playlists. So thank you for that. You guys is really a great help, especially when I get something out of left field and I have to figure out where it will make sense in the playlist again. But yeah. Oh, Colleen got in this week too. Oh. And Northwestern is tied with OSU at half. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Luke. Those of you who don't know, Luke lost a bet with Colleen, and so had to show off his inner Bills Mafia for a week on social media, including what you have to admit are some very, very adorable photos of him in the sweater and the hat and mittens. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, Brock Osweiler is here. Cool. Glad he's still got stuff to do. Texas A&M is leading Florida 24-20 at halftime. And live stream yourself singing the Josh Allen polka. Yes, that's right. Oh God. I didn't want to bring more traffic to it, but yeah, you know, hey, views are views, I suppose. Oh goodness. Hey, speaking of, good morning, Ishii. How you doing? Yeah, go for it, Foster. Go for it. Oh, crap. The game is back. Okay. Minnesota has switched quarterbacks at the half. Apparently, Tanner Morgan has some kind of undisclosed injury. Oh boy. First and 10 at the 25, waiting in the pocket for a little bit, and now is going to use his feet to pick up 8 yards on the far side. Honestly, Ishii, not too much, except for the fact that I'm surprised that Nebraska is actually beating up on Minnesota 10-0 so far. I mean, the only things we really have checked so far are the defense did something, 10-plus yard QB snack, laundry on the field, and sad fan in the stands. Nice break of a tackle by Ibrahim to pick up the first down that time. Oh, damn. No, they didn't say any of the key words in that one. It's okay, Ishii. Ooh. Oh. Best of luck, Luke. Best of luck. I mean it. Oh, he's able to get rid of it with the pressure, incomplete, and actually threw it near a receiver, so good job. I figured, Luke, that's what you meant. All right. Clock finally stops at 13:53. Second and 10 now. They're up to their own 36. Nice play action. Opens things up in front of him for a completion across the 50. First down, Minnesota. Jackson on the catch there for Minnesota. And just a fantastic job of moving almost the entire Nebraska defense so he could have a clear throwing lane. Yeah. And a quick hit up of number 88. He will gain 9. It looked like it was just going to be a quick dump off to avoid a sack, and it turned into a great gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. All right. Take care, Ishii. Got some of your tunes coming up on Monday. Maybe some that you don't expect. Second and 1, out of the gun. Ibrahim gets the handoff, trying to break. He does break a couple of tackles and is able to get 7 yards. That was just impressive. Ibrahim is 17 yards away from having a 1,000-yard season. Ooh, nice. He is definitely going to get attention. First and 10 now inside the 35. Another handoff for Ibrahim. Powers forward for another 6. Oh, well, only a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. But yeah, he ran right into a pile of people, had a couple hands on him at times, so it's good that he got that much. Two receivers out to either side. 88 comes back in motion to the far side. Was supposed to be blocking, but the line fell apart on the near side, and that is going to be a loss of yardage. 3rd and 7 now. Yeah. I just realized that I think my DraftKings winnings are just rotting away in my account. And I haven't done anything with them in months. It's not that much, don't worry. And a miss on that pass over the middle to Brockington. And nope. Now there will be a field goal try. This is, I think, doable. It's going to be the 47-yard attempt. We have a couple of spots we could check off here, folks. And we don't, because that kick was good, true and through, had the power and everything. Yeah. You know what? Because this game is failing us for bingo, for the second half, we're going to start opening it up to any other games that we're keeping track of. So, if anything fun, chaotic happens in the games that you all are directly watching or just keeping track of, let me know and we'll slap it on the board. Because Minnesota and Nebraska, you have failed us for the last time. It is now 10-3 though, so at least that's something. On golf. From this point on, Sean, it's going to be too much work to try to, fight back through each game that's going on and seeing, all right, well, what can we get from here or what can we get from here? It's just from second half of every game that we got. Whee! Oh, God, I can imagine. I just thought about the possible ways to bet on golf. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. I'm guessing that all of the games where interesting things are happening are still at halftime right now. Tennessee Georgia stream will be at 2:30 Central Time, assuming that this doesn't run over and delay the switch. Because I would kind of like to get something to eat. There is chili waiting for me in the fridge. Oh yeah. We'll give another thank you to today's sponsor for this game, our longtime friends, Legal Coffee, the Mexican instant coffee, 99.5% guaranteed to not contain methamphetamines or copium. May contain fentanyl. All right. Just gonna scroll through the list real quick. See if I missed anything. No doinks. No, none of that. Definitely none of that. Nothing. Nothing. Blurg. Yeah. Well, looks like we play the waiting game now. Old Chubba Purdy is now back out in the field for Nebraska. Yep, 1st and 10 from their own 25. And we'll start with a back behind to the right, and the receiver out close to the line. And he trips in the backfield and goes nowhere. The turf just ate his foot and he went down. 2nd and 11. They do play action, and Purdy is going to run and will slide for about a gain of 4. Okay. This is 3rd down. 3rd and 6. They're not getting too loud. I assume they're confident in their quarterback play. Uh-oh. Minnesota has to call a timeout because they were being weird with the substitutions. Clock will stop at 9:35 as we sit through commercials on a timeout. And yes, as always, this stream is brought to you by the Power of Duck. Next Power of Duck stream is still to be determined. I will let you all know as soon as possible when that will happen again. And hey, Leif, glad you could drop in. We're also sponsored today by Legal Coffee, but I figured we had to get another one of them in somehow. And, well, we've had little flashes of chaos so far. What with Nebraska taking a very early lead and holding on to it, Minnesota has not been able to do anything against Nebraska's defense. Then again, it also could have something with Tanner Morgan kind of getting a minor injury in his arm during the previous game. Ended the game with some numbness, apparently, and now it may be something a little bit more. And for some reason, Northwestern is hanging tough with Ohio State, of all schools. Is Northwestern officially last in their half of the Big Ten? I wonder. Yep, they are last in the Big Ten West. Behind Nebraska and Minnesota, as it turns out. And Illinois is still leading the Big Ten West. Wow. And of course, Michigan's up there. Because of course they are. Hey, Pizzle! Pizzle is here! How you liking the weather out here, Pizzle? That seems crazy that they don't have a goose emoji. I thought they did, to be honest. Oh yeah. Foster is quietly panicking over the upcoming Vols game. Pizzle, I believe, is in Chicago for the Dolphins-Bears game that is going to be tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a good. Glad to hear it. For any of you who are confused about that reference, a Chicago handshake is something that residents like to pull on tourists when they run into them at bars. They offer to they offered to buy them a Chicago handshake, which is a special drink for the area. Nearly intercepted by Minnesota on the first play. Incomplete. And what it is, it's a can of PBR and a shot of something called Malort. If you've never had Malort, the best way to describe it is if sadness came in a bottle. Yes, of course it's Malort. Like, half the fun of being in a bar in Chicago is tricking tourists into drinking Malort. Well, on a decent return for Minnesota on that punt return. Gets about 13 yards before being forced out of bounds. And I have not seen one mention of the World Series so far in this game. It has been all about the ESPN programming, which tonight includes some UFC. Which I cannot find it in myself to get too enthused about anymore. I don't know why. Alright, Minnesota ball again. They try to claw their way back into this. Fake the handoff, going for a great catch by number 5, winning the hand battle with the receiver. Yeah, I think we all do, Foster. Yeah, but I think he's inside the 40 now. Inside the 40? Yeah. Damn. Oh yeah, I'm sure that even the airport ballers have to just have one bottle of Malort. Ibrahim tried to outrun him, and 33 was there to make a stop. That was right. Did not get beat by little dude's speed that time. Second and 8 now. 2 receivers out to the near side. Now 88 going back in motion to the far. It'll be a play action, and they will move it out. But he's trying to... They had to throw crossbody over the receiver's head. Incomplete. I think he was trying to get a better position with 88 because he didn't want the possibility of that pass getting picked off, but still, yeah. Yeah, I saw what he was looking at. If he threw that could have been easily picked if it wasn't an absolute dart. Another near interception this time. Oh, wow. As Buford on the coverage for Nebraska, and now it is 4th and 8. Ah. Oh, they're going to punt it away now. And Kentucky is up 14-3. Dang. They're going to try to pooch punt it, but it will be fair caught at the 9. They'll have to go 91 yards. I have a feeling they kind of will do it. Kentucky's playing Missouri. I will be doing another bingo for the Tennessee-Georgia game. Got the card saved and everything. Is ready. It just needs posting. And in case you were wondering what I'm doing with the Patreon, so far the only real level I have, besides the joy of having $1 patrons and just like a $5 thank you for your support sort of thing, is the $8 bingo level, which ensures that you get access to a bingo card before everybody else does. You know, it's specifically as a thank you for doing the bingo games, and you don't have to do it if you want to play. The cards will still be available for people, whether you're a patron or not. It's just, a thing that's there. Yeah, I'm hoping that the game will be more exciting. At the very least, this one is going decently quick. And again, the hype is always real for a number 1 versus number 2 game. That is a good question. Did I DM you on Patreon last night? Oh, I do have somebody try to run a scam through my text messages again. Aw. Bless their dumb little hearts. Let's see. Well, I know I did put the posts up last night trying to get the whole early link situation straightened out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. The holy crap on my mom's shoes is because I didn't know you were going to sign up, and that was me thanking you by saying holy crap on my mom's shoes. Don't think about it too hard. I certainly didn't when I was writing it. All right. Hope that clears it up for you. And University of Florida, good point, return to the A&M 40. Oh, damn. Florida just realized what's going on. Because they're down by 4. North Carolina leading by 3 over Virginia. Tulane still beating up Tulsa. Now it's 24-10. Yeah. Yeah. They are somehow tied. I don't know, but we're... All right, thanks for letting me know about that, Luke. I'll make a note of that real quick, that you have card 11. All right, so now there is a quarterback called Smothers who is in for Nebraska. So long, Chubba Purdy. We hardly knew ye. But we did get many laughs out of your name. 3rd and 3 now for the Cornhuskers. They've made it up to their own 16. Smothers rolls right, and the pass is knocked away at the last second. Fantastic defending by number 11 for Minnesota. Oh, yeah. I guess it just hadn't occurred to me that people would be turning in their numbers early, so... I think, yeah. That's going to be another logistics thing that I'll straighten out, but I've got it written down. You're good, Luke. And now, Nebraska is going to have to make a punt away. Reading will let that one bounce down to the 27, but there is a flag. We have a one-handed catch. All right, that is actually a space, Sean. One-handed grab. If you have that on your cards, chuck that off. Tulsa Green Wave versus Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Personal foul, face mask on the receiving team. Wow. Half the distance to the goal, and way to piss away a good stop, guys. Seriously. Because now they're back on their own 16. The Tulane Green Wave. Okay. Other spots that I know for sure have been crossed off. The defense did something. 10-yard plus QB run. Got that one very early. No, it doesn't count if the offense recovers it. Laundry on the field, free space, and sad fan in the stands from the Minnesota fans being very sad in the first quarter. Pump fake, and he's going to sky it out. Wide receiver wide open into Nebraska territory. Oh, Jackson on the reception. Ethan, the quarterback for Nebraska. You know, we might have. I gotta admit, I missed things in this game. Yeah, you can go ahead, check that one. Wow. They fooled me. The quarterback kept it and was able to get 15 around the end. 16. So yeah. Check off wide open receiver drop. Even if we didn't, we'll pretend we did, just so something can happen. First and 10 now. Ibrahim will get wrapped up again and lose 2. Man. Now you need both spreads beaten and you'll win. All right, well they're both pretty small, so that this would have to become like a under 4-point game. Because I believe they're both at 4.5, although for different teams. A nice throw on the run. Hard shot after Jackson crosses the line, though. First down for Minnesota. Yeah, if you got any requests for the college football poll for next week, bring them on. And once again, we watch the time winding down in a Minnesota game. Meantime, VA leads UNC 21-17 after a touchdown. I'm pretty sure Kayla will be happy today. Sacred Heart versus Wagner. Yeah. Ibrahim gets another first down. But that's getting added to the list. Sacred Heart versus Wagner. Yeah. Ibrahim, touchdown, up the middle. And that definitely pulls within the spread. And then we got another Minnesota player down on the field. Oh no, Brown Stevens is down for Minnesota. He was doing some good things for them in the first half. Oh man. And they're looking over his knee. Oh. You know, somehow I don't think that Sacred Heart versus Wagner will win the poll, but I cannot underestimate the potential of people wanting to screw around. And Luke will sure be voting for it. Oh, Sean has a suggestion of ULM. Damn, wrong keyboard. Sure. Whatever you say, Ron. Versus ULM versus Georgia State. A true battle of heavyweights in the South. Is that in the South? Because I don't know offhand what ULM is. Oh, damn. Ohio State took the lead with a touchdown. Well, good times are over, folks. UL Monroe. Oh. Louisiana Monroe. Oh, you would vote for Cherry Pepsi, True North, you would. All right, 3:20 to go in the third. The Golden Gophers have tied the Cornhuskers up. All their points coming in the third quarter of this game. And once again, a lot of it coming off the legs of Ibrahim. That'll be another touchback for the Cornhuskers. And we wait to see what they do for this. Let's just shut that out for a moment. Let me see if I am forgetting anything. All right, I'm going to... All right, spread is still listed as 4.5 over on CBS with a point total of 48.5. Over on DraftKings, yep, it's still 4.5 over there, but they have a point total of 33.5. So, that's where we are right now. So we are currently under DraftKings. We are under on CBS for the point line. Oh, and a nearly contested catch. 83 is pissed about missing that one. But he also kind of collided with another defender in the air, like their hands smacked together as they were both going up for it. And yeah, we have definitely covered the spread. I will check the stats for rushing and passing in just a moment, but in the meantime, pressure flushing the QB from the pocket, and they will have to throw it away. Incomplete is now 4th and 7. That's another 3 and out. Down to 2:37 now in the third. All right, yardage updates. Passing yards for Minnesota, 159. Passing yards for Nebraska, 41. Rushing yards for Nebraska, 124. Rushing yards for Minnesota, 44. So, things have shifted a bit. We still got another 100 yards to go before they can get to the Minnesota 250 yards passing line that we have. And Nebraska is very close to getting over the 150-yard line that we put in for rushing. They're still way below on passing, and Minnesota is way low on rushing. So that's where we are with all of those statistics. You know, keep your eye on whatever squares are most applicable to you. And we will get back there when we need to in the fourth. And welcome, Logan. Hope you're doing well today. Are the Badgers still leading? Because last I heard they were. It's been a sad game, Logan. So far, we've only had the defense did something, 10-yard plus QB run, laundry on the play, sad fan in the stands, and we took a one-handed grab from a different game just because things have been so just honestly vanilla over here. Oh, and there's the Ibrahim of the bruising and moving. Pickup of about 6 on that. And you have card 20. I don't think anybody else got 20, so great. Badgers are up 17-4. Oh yeah, no, this is speed run territory we're approaching now, True North. And I have to start considering which social media platform I'm going to move to next. The constant migration continues. $17-3. Oh man. All right, 2nd and 7. They're letting the clock run as much as possible. We're actually under 45 seconds to go. Ibrahim finds a great lane, running toward the far side of the field, and will be down at the 49 of Nebraska. And there's another Minnesota player down. Oh, great. Now their top receiving tight end is injured on the field. You know what? We will count it, Sean. We've just had the UNC UVA game just got their first passing touchdown. It was by the away QB. So, first passing touchdown by away QB. If you have that on your card, mark it off. Okay, at least he was able to walk off, doing a little jog off as well. Probably trying to work out whatever's going on with him. And like I said, Logan, if you're keeping track of another game right now, like watching the different one, the Nebraska, Minnesota, whatever that one may be, we're including plays from all the games that are happening right now in all the second halves. So, nope, we've come close on a lot of interceptions, but nobody has been able to hold on to the ball. And no turnovers on downs either. I have that as well, but it has not been checked off. A slant inside, great pass. Well, first down to 33, right on the reception there. Still no shirtless fans in the stands. We got sad fans earlier, but of course we got to get the shirtless, whoever it may be. Wait, are we at the end of the third quarter? We are. Oh, folks, we're getting down to it now. So while we have a moment to breathe. Yep, those are staying pretty much the same, aren't they? Great. And if anybody else has got any other good updates, 89-yard touchdown run. Very nice. And who are they playing? I never if someone did mention their opponent, I forgot it. Do a quick check-in on the other scores that I immediately have access to. Texas Tech has gotten on top of TCU. Oh dear. Tulane still holding off Tulsa, 24-13 to score in that one near the end of the third quarter as well. But TCU, according to this ticker, is inside Texas Tech's red zone right now. At 5:32 left in the third on that game. And that leaves Maryland. Oh, we had a turnover on downs? Screw it. Thank you for the update, Sean. All the other games are saving our bingo. Put in turnover on downs. Since these two teams seem so determined to play it safe. There's a very good chance we could end up under both point lines. So, yeah, the stat spots only count toward this game. We're just opening it up for all the cool, fun stuff, like 2-point conversions and strip sacks and 50-yard field goals. You know. I want to get at least one bingo. It doesn't feel like a real game unless it gets called once. All right, and if this pace holds, I will get 15 minutes to eat. Oh, Missouri's back into it. They got a rushing touchdown, and they have pulled within 4, 14-10 now. Tua's little brother is QB for Maryland. The unbearable weight of expectations. And now the Badgers are up 20-3. Oh, there it is. Motion from number 88, and that'll be a run up for Ibrahim. He will get a couple of yards. But the most important thing is that they're keeping the clock moving. And if you have stumbled into this chat by accident and you're not chatting, you're just lurking, this is another Stupid Sports Show. I'm Jim B. We're playing bingo with not only Minnesota and Nebraska, which is the game I'm following right now, but just all the other games people are keeping track of as well. We'll try, if you want to play, you can get a card from the link at the top. You know, we'll try to keep you up to date on what spots haven't been played. Oh, wide open receiver dropped. Oh, damn. Wide open receiver drop. And jump around has commenced in Wisconsin. The House of Pain is in effect, y'all. Hey. I never know. Like, YouTube rabbit holes are weird. Like, you can start the day just trying to find out something about a historical figure, and the next thing you know, you're looking at Scrooge McDuck in compromising positions. They blitz, and it's incomplete. We have a missed 2-point conversion. All right, if you have failed 2-point conversion, mark that shit off. Because Missouri failed on the 2-point. No, the safe word is purple shotgun. And that 49-yard attempt for Minnesota is good. They have taken the lead in the fourth quarter. Wow. And the lead singer of House of Pain is at the game. Wait, Everlast? Everlast is there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep 50-yard field goal open as well, just because it's always impressive when those get made, and especially at the college level, because not a lot of teams pay attention to kicker, as we know. All right. Do another checkup on stats. Minnesota has gotten up to 175 in the passing yards, so they only have 25 to go before they get the over on that. Nebraska is still chilling down with 124 yards rushing. Not really moving too far on that end. Nope. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Let me see. 30 years, so that'd be 1990. 1992. Dang. And it's still a bop. Even after all this time, the good stuff will hang around and persist one way or another. Turn down the political ads again. My one regret for this season is that I didn't get any yard signs made. Because, and this is just because I'm a shit stirrer, I wanted to get yard signs made declaring my candidate of choice to be Nunya Business? No, I don't think it has been on yet. We might have to rectify that. You know, I think we will. And now North Carolina has taken the lead for Virginia 24-21. Let me just make a note here. As one blasted kickoff, that will be a touchback. Cornhuskers have to start their own 25 again. I'm pretty sure I put yours in, Luke. I'll double check when I finally get a break later tonight because I'll be too focused on eating and switching things over to do much else, but I'll be checking the request later, so don't worry. Yeah, well, that would necessitate Nebraska doing something, and they've been kind of stymied here in the second half. Flag for delay of game. Oh, Purdy is back. Aw, and the day is a little bit brighter now. 1st and 15 from their own 20. Play action, in and out of the hands. It was a little high for him. And there is going to be a penalty because of the contact against the receiver. Palmer took a hit. He's got his hands on his back, and I think they're discussing how bad a penalty this is going to be. Touchdown Florida, 34-24 in the meantime. Interception for the Badgers. If you have interception, mark that off. Let's see, it was off his hands. That's the thing, it's a targeting call. I mean, he hit him in the shoulders. He didn't hit him in the head and the neck. It was just a hard contact, and they're still going to call targeting. Yeah. No call for targeting. No call for targeting. Cool. Great. No call. Thankfully. All right. Still 2nd and 15, and number 10 had to get slowed down because his jersey was grabbed and he will barely make it back to the line of scrimmage. A 3rd and long. Sorry for the confusion, folks. I couldn't hear a specific word when it got said, so I thought they had followed through with it, but thankfully, it was just a good textbook tackle. All right, Purdy has a low snap out of the shotgun. He's waiting, hauling up, and is intercepted by Minnesota. 31-21 UNC. That is the first turnover of the game. Oh man, Smith saw that and he just scooted into position and jumped. A possible touchdown for the Badgers. We're waiting on review to happen. That'll be Ibrahim up the middle for about 3 yards. Just kept rolling over a pile of players. Call stood. So do we have a passing touchdown? Oh, no. Oh well. Nebraska takes their first time out of the half. Bugger. Clock is stopped at 12:37. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate you looking at that. 6 games with no passing touchdowns. Sounds incredible when you think about it. Alice shotgun working with Ethan. They'll hand off to Ibrahim, who gets daylight up the middle, is able to run for 7 and an affirmative first down. And now players are rolling and things are getting chippy out on the field. Oh, what are we doing now? All right, things seem to have cooled down. Nobody's hurt. Not yet. First and 10 officially at the Cornhusker 23. Back to his right, in motion. That's Ibrahim again. They have 2 people waiting for him. They cut him down before he can get more than 3. I think it was getting close, Logan. I think these teams are starting to get a little extra with each other. It's been a close game, and Minnesota's had to battle back, and they do not do well with comebacks, like I mentioned. So the fact that they are on top right now, that is a good victory of sorts. And welcome back, Geezer. I'm sorry that the disassembly of Kentucky hasn't been going well. Ibrahim again will be a gain of 5, maybe 6. Because it's definitely going to be short. There's got to be something that it's on, even if it's cable access. Minnesota came back, scored all their points in the second half. Now bounce to the outside. Ibrahim is able to get just out of reach of the guy holding onto his jersey. He will drag him to a 1st and goal. It might eventually be on ESPN Plus. Yeah. But everything's on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus is the new ESPN Ocho. And wow, is that a genre-specific wisecrack I just realized. Get that snap off just at the last second, and Ibrahim is able to power over a tackler to get down to the 3. Hopefully Sacred Heart and Wagner will be available. I will look around for you, Luke. I will do my best. I will do my due diligence. Second and goal formation is compact. We've got a halfback in. Leading blocking for Ibrahim, who will power through. Touchdown, Ibrahim on the ground. We have a turnover on downs. Oh, yes, I think we marked turnover on downs a little while ago, but now we can really officially mark it off. Minnesota is now up 19-10. Go for it, Luke. What is your suggestion for a stand-in? And remember, this touchdown that Minnesota just got was set up by an interception just as Nebraska was about to cross the 50. Extra point is true and through. 9:22 now to go. Yeah, Mo Ibrahim doing a lot of good work today for Minnesota. Check to the stats to see if they've updated. They have not, so we'll wait around again. Have I missed? Anything? Oh. Collusion. There's collusion going on. Don't worry, it's fun collusion. Not like the really dangerous collusion. Austin, PA versus Kennesaw State. Now that is certainly a game. I had to, Luke. I had to. Yeah. Thanks for helping out. Missouri got a 2-point conversion. So, mark that off on your cards if you have it. Damn. Let me just check these stats one more time. Yeah, I'm not going to get it that way. So my best hope for a bingo right now is a strip sack and notable alumni are back. Alumni are back to visit. That's usually the camera focusing on or people talking about some famous alumni or a former player who's coming back to a game. And we'll extend that open if anybody sees it in any other games. And that goes for everybody's cards as well, not just my stupid wishes and demands. Missed field goal for Wisconsin. Score remains 20-3. Oh, that is the saddest corn I've ever seen. It's a very sad Nebraska fan in a corn outfit. Ooh, who missed the field goal? I'm assuming it was something very entertaining by the way Luke is typing it in all caps. Meanwhile, touchback for Nebraska. Okay, no, they're not trying to relate to the youth with that one. That's definitely an older reference. Not gonna lie, Clarksville has some dope Christmas lights when that comes around. Oh, doinked it for Wisconsin. Like it was a literal doink? Like off the upright doink? Because there is a spot for doink as well. Trey Palmer, meantime, finally gets some work done and gets a first down. Off the upright. So yeah, mark off doink and missed field goal if you have either of those spots. And we're still at the under for all the relevant passing and rushing yards for the teams. At least so far as I can tell, but damn. He gets dragged to a first down by the defender. Funnily enough. Oh, wow. 2nd and 1 now. They're only going to give him 9 for that, and they fool us with the 3 receivers out. And he spins away from a tackle, is crossed midfield, brought out of bounds at about the 45 is Grant. Oh, did you guys remember that there's a game going on, Nebraska? Oh, fun. Fumble for Old Dominion. Mark it off. All right. Deep hurting, Luke, is when there is deep, abiding pain for any fan base of a game that is currently going on. And Tua's little brother got sacked again. Yeah, Maryland football has never been particularly a point of pride for the school. And Johnson will be brought down from behind, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage for the 3rd down. Deke, deke, deke. Duke, duke, duke. And yeah, the Bucks have an 8-0 start. Johnson again, and once again gets met at the... Yeah, only got a gain of 1. They're going to blow the play dead because he was getting stood up in a pile of people. Oh, shirtless fans. They only had the overalls on, not the shirts. So if you have shirtless fan, mark it off on your card. I do not have shirtless fan. Okay. And Minnesota will take their 2nd time out of the half now. Clock is stopped at 6:13. Ooh. 5 times? Oh, man. Hopefully he makes it out of the game all right. Crap. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not winning this card. I am definitely not. Even with the fact that Minnesota has gotten better with things in the second half, they are not getting up to they're not getting over 200 yards rushing, not unless Ibrahim just absolutely cracks one off from deep within their own territory. And the odds are good we won't get a scoop and score. So all we are waiting on now is strip sack and da-di-da. Hey, Ishii is back. Hope you're doing well, Ishii, that you're finally awake for whatever your plans may be for this day. We just might have Nebraska accidentally turning this into a game and taking away time for me to eat chili. But I'm not angry. I am, though, very thankful that I made the other broadcast ahead of time, so all I'll really have to do is switch the colors on the scoreboard. I was hoping that it wouldn't get close so that they wouldn't feel the need to stretch things out every time that there's a timeout. But it looks like this one is going to conform to college football standards anyway. And honestly, that was my only true worry of the fact that I got this doubleheader idea into my head. That something like this would happen and I wouldn't get time to eat. All right. Be 4th and 10, and they are going for it. Nebraska is going for it. Big chance they are taking. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, back to the right. He has his eyes on the left side the whole time, and he's not going to be a catch inbounds. Marcus Washington says he got his foot down, but I don't think anybody agrees with him on that. Yeah. No, I don't think that they can establish control with his feet in bounds. That's the thing. You may have figured someone out. All right. Now we also have a missed field goal by UF. So once again, if you have missed field goal in your card, mark that shit off. That might be a good spot, actually. And now they're reviewing the play because they think there could be something to overturn. So now we're getting our time back. Oh yeah, and they're just as I should have suspected. While we're waiting for the review, Rufus with Shaka Khan, Tell Me Something Good, is playing in the Cornhuskers Stadium. Yeah, I'll probably officially have time after the Tennessee-Georgia game. So, meanwhile, Western Kentucky got a pick 6. And the squirrel has exited via the visitor's tunnel. Nice. Yeah, that may be a future square animal on the field. that jingle is... It is a damn earworm, and I've gotten it stuck in my head a couple of times too, Logan. The call will be reversed. It is a catch. How many rush yards is Nebraska at? Hang on, I will find out. I have 147 right now, but this one might just be stalling out on me. Grant will get up ahead of steam and then run into two defenders at the line. No gain. Let me just see if I can... different. ESPN, stats, Minnesota, Nebraska. All right, box score. This will be a throw across the field to the near sideline, hurdles the player, and gets shoved out of bounds near the 13. Team stats from... All right. Okay, they're still at... Nebraska has 80 passing yards, 147 rushing yards. Minnesota is still at 175 passing yards and 108 rushing yards. So far, we are still at the under with all of these teams. Smulders has to roll out. It is off the fingertips of number 82, who I think there was worry that he might have injured himself earlier, so good to see them back on the field. But there is a flag. I'm assuming it's going to be something on Minnesota's defense because, of course, it has to be at this point. Officially down to 4:53. Oh, an eligible receiver downfield on the offense. Oh. Yeah, we can actually check off transfer from because one of Nebraska's best players is actually a transfer from LSU. And they mentioned that earlier. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, that's what that means. If they mention that a certain player is a transfer from another school. Ball control, I think... Oh, and that nearly doinked! But Nebraska gets the field goal. (20-13) now, Minnesota over Nebraska. I think ball control, we established it was just a fumble loss because the player just gets immediate butterfingers. Not a hit, just losing track of things. Really, you're trying to figure it out? I'm curious to see, because we're doing a Secret Santa in the mod circle. Whoever has me, I'm curious to see what they do with the ideas that I put in the list. And damn, 50-mile-per-hour winds in Madison. Well, yeah, it got pretty brutal around here. I'm not surprised that... actually, I am kind of surprised that there weren't any major tree accidents around here, because we got some old trees in this neighborhood. And before I forget, I really appreciate y'all getting up for this game and coming to play bingo and, taking the piss out of college football as one rightly should on a regular basis. If you don't stick around for Tennessee-Georgia stream, I understand. people got things to do. Other plans are made. But we're going to be live for that one with a fresh card that is separate from the one we're on right now. I'll throw the link in chat as soon as I possibly can for that one. And I just say thank you for being here today. We have a strip sack by University of Florida. Oh, man. Check that off on your cards, folks. And I am definitely not winning this. Wait a minute. Ah, well, it's good to hear you'll stick around, Logan, but like I said, I understand if you guys gotta go. Wait a minute. Oh. And the current over-under point total on DraftKings for this game is 35.5. And we are currently at 33. And they're playing up UCF and Memphis on my TV. Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to freeze these things at the start of the game because DraftKings keeps shuffling theirs around, changing the odds as the game goes on. So at a certain point, I'm just going to have to lock that down to a certain value. But it could still, something interesting still could happen to this money line because they are just a field goal away from getting the over on the DraftKings. And currently, they have changed the spread to 7.5, so we are now within the spread. We're currently outside the spread for CBS, inside, beating the spread for DraftKings. Yeah. CBS point line is 48.5. And Ohio State University got a touchdown. We're at 2nd and 7 now from Minnesota. They're getting the noise up. Ibrahim breaks through and gets the first down to the 38-yard line. All right. We have a stoppage of the clock at 4 minutes. Not sure if there's a timeout or what. It is not clear why we have stopped. No, it's Ohio State University until the fans give up talking about it. We've got a player down on the field. Sorry, just trying to listen to what the crowds are chanting right now, seeing if I can make it out. That's just like basic student cheering. That's not bad. No, 3 p.m. games don't count here. We're just focusing on the second half of the games that are going on that have started, that have been going since we've started as well. I appreciate you asking the clarification question, though, Sean, just so we can, make some parameters and know how to state them for future games. I already told you, Luke. I already told you, Luke. If you really want to do that, then pronounce his name as Lampshade. All right, and the clock is rolling again, and Minnesota will be glad to let it run. Three receiver set for Minnesota, back to the right of the QB. 88 in motion once again, and once again they'll hand it off to Ibrahim, but they were very prepared for that this time. Malga Clemens coming in off the edge to get the stop right at the line of scrimmage, and Nebraska is taking a timeout. They are down 2-1. Yeah, I think we got a first passing touchdown by. No, we got it for the home QB. So yeah, if you've got visiting QB gets first passing touchdown of the game, then mark it off on your square. Let me just refresh these stats to see if there's any updates to them. Nope, but I gotta imagine Minnesota is coming close. And is not enough of an edge. There'll be about a gain of 2 maybe with that attempted quarterback draw to the far side of the field. And it's going to be another timeout, I'm assuming, by the way that my signal has slowed to a crawl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gone down to PowerPoint levels here, folks. We're like classic old-time internet quick-time movie herky-jerkiness. Oh, there's nothing wrong with the broadband infrastructure in this country. Oh yeah, we got it in the Wisconsin game. Oh yeah, what were the he's not supposed to say that on TV? They have just apologized for the technical difficulties. Oh, that's nice of them. 3rd and 7. Once again, it goes to Ibrahim. And he will make it to the marker. Yep. Oh, you have 2 spaces? Oh, damn. That's the thing. Usually the place that I make the cards at is supposed to ferret out the duplicates. Well, I guess I didn't get that one. Sorry about that, Foster. And Badgers officially win over Maryland 23-10. All right, they have all taken their timeouts. Everybody's out of timeouts. But we got to stretch the game. The fans are starting to file out of the game. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. That's not supposed to happen with these cards, and yeah, I cannot believe it snuck through, so I apologize. Oh. All right, they have officially taken off the line in the... And now this play is going to be under review for whether or not he made the first down. The pain. The absolute pain. Ugh. Wait, I fixed this? I fix. We just got Nick Saban as the goatsy in the Ohio State game. So that means that some announcer out there was giving Nick Saban a tongue bath. Mark it off on your cards. I have to get something important. I'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be doing both. I figured that while we have to sit through this, we might as well have a Monty Cat. We're doing all right, Cheese. I mean, we've been able to keep each other company through the weird slog that this game became. I know. You did not want to come back in here where all the lights are. As he wrecks my setup and knocks all my things off kilter. Such as Cat. Yeah, Ohio State takes over on downs. The game is over. I don't know if we've gotten into deep hurting territory. And the call has been reversed. It is a 4th down now. Are they taking orders from the producers? Man. All right, the good thing is that there are no timeouts for anybody, so we can't get any more stoppages than out of bounds and the first down markers. Oh. Damn. They're going for it. Northwestern has lost 8 in a row for the first time since 2001. Minnesota is going for it on 4th and 1. Ibrahim, I think, was just majorly pissed that the call was reversed, and I think talked the team into doing it. And TCU is doing good? Are they? Yeah, I think they were. And now they set the punt team back out for... Okay. They really don't want me to eat today. They get the punt off And it will be fair caught at the 11 by Nebraska. Now, the Nebraska is technically not dead. They have to get a touchdown and an extra point to tie. They can win with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, or they could go to overtime and completely throw a wrench into my scheduling. Johnson gets that hands-off change direction and will be down at the line of scrimmage. We'll gain only a yard. Oh yeah, of course you want OT. There is pressure and it is going to be a sack from Minnesota. Instantly it is 3rd down. They cannot stop the clock. Open over the middle past the 40 is Washington. Oh my goodness. And now they're stopping the clock again because of an injured player. Oh man. Oh. Yeah. Yep, well, looks like I'm not eating until 6:30. Good times. All right. Well, might as well do as much stretching as I can. Yeah, definitely not the hat's fault. Definitely not. All right. Thankfully, that player walks off under his own power. Smothers the outside. A great tackle there. But he did step out of bounds, so they will stop the clock yet again. Ball's now at the 47-yard line. Their own 47-yard line. Smothers again goes to the air, to the sidelines again. Was looking for Brewington, but throw is off target, and it will be 3rd and 5 now. It never started on that last play. That should have been like 2 seconds off the clock. And so now we have a running QB directing traffic and overthrowing a receiver anyway. Clock stops at 1:20. We are at 4th and 5. So they have to get this if they want any chance of driving this game into overtime and my stomach punishing me in disgusting and noisy ways. Five receiver set, empty backfield, and it's over the middle. Incomplete. They were looking for Palmer, just like the announcer said he would. And he was not able to keep control. Yeah. It was in his arms and then bounced out. Did not survive the contact with the ground. Yep, Nebraska Well, they need to win 3 out of their next 4 to be bowl eligible. If they win their next 3 games, there's still a chance. But it's looking kind of slim. So while we're thinking about that, because they're doing victory formations now, I'm going to do one last refresh of the stats. And yeah, that's how this game is going to end. We're going to hit the under on everything. Yep, we're hitting the under on everything. So anything under, except for the DraftKings spread did get covered because it's at 7.5, and I'm not remembering what it was when it started at the game. We have under for all the teams on passing and rushing. We are under the point line for DraftKings, and we are definitely under the point line for CBS. So, do we get anything from this barrage of stats? All right, we've got a call from Sean and Foster for bingo. Let me just see my notes, and I will confirm. Sean, you have card 21. Foster, you have card 15. One, 15. So transfer under 250 yards. We got that, and we got that. Yep, that is a... And those are confirmed, a top row and a bottom row. And Luke, just for you, I am now in deep hurting because I don't have time to get food. I got to get the next stream started. But I've been through worse before. It is no big deal. Game 1 out of the doubleheader is complete with a come-from-behind win by Minnesota Golden Gophers over the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 20-13. And Luke Birch gets a bingo vertical middle. Good Yanya. I'm going to get this done, quickly set things up, and come back as soon as possible for number 1 versus number 2, Tennessee versus Georgia, but Minnesota gets the chair! It's been another Stupid Sports Show. I'm Jim B. We'll see you in a few.